One of the biggest changes that 2nd edition brings to By Fire and Sword is alternate activation. The game is divided into rounds. Each of them has 4 phases. During the first round, at the start phase, all units receive their standing orders face down. In following rounds, during this phase, order tokens would be turned face down. Who will have the first turn is determined at the initiative phase. Players roll opposite tests with single die each. Whoever rolls lower wins and chooses who gets the first turn. Commanders can affect this test by spending their command points to allow to roll 1 additional die per command point spent. In that case, players compare number of their lowest results. Whoever has more lowest results wins. If it's still a tie, next lowest dice are checked. If one of the players still has unchecked die, while their opponent has no more, that player wins. If after applying all steps there's still a tie, roll once again. The next phase is an actions phase, which is the main part of the round. The players take turns to activate a single element. Some special rules may allow players to activate multiple elements in single turn. After all elements are activated, game moves to end phase. Players check scenario objectives and motivation of their armies. If motivation drops to 0, the game ends. Order system is one of the most characteristic traits of By Fire and Sword. Order received by a unit determines what it can do on the battlefield. Soldiers ordered to defend their current position will remain there until new orders are received from the commander. That is how the game tries to recreate communication issues on the battlefield. All army's elements, both units and groups, receive order tokens in starting phase of the first round. Those tokens remain in play until changed. First function of the order tokens is to mark whether army's element has been activated in the current round. That's why, although orders have no effect on groups, order tokens are still placed next to them. Other function is to mark what are the orders each unit received. There are 4 available orders: maneuver, defend, regroup, and advance. Each order determines action points unit can spend and what actions are available. More about actions will be explained in next episodes. Maneuver order enforces mobility. Unit can perform all standard actions and additionally special actions connected to the movement. To represent it, unit has to spend at least 1 action point on some type of movement actions. It means it will be less effective while standing on the ground and shooting, as some firearms are less effective with this order. Defend order limits unit mobility. For example, it can't perform move action, but perfectly supports units holding their positions. With this order, unit does not need to move and can concentrate all its action points elsewhere, like for both firing and reloading or changing formation. Also, many of the special rules are connected to that order. Regroup is a unique order that allows the unit to reorganize and get ready for returning to the heat of the battle. It allows for reform special action, which is one of the very few ways to get rid of some disorder points. Downside of this order is that the unit must take reform and retreat action, which limits its offensive points. Advance is designed to engage enemy units in close combat. It is the only order that allows charge action. But if the unit doesn't have the possibility to charge, it will find itself in disadvantage, having only 1 action point to spend and being able to choose only from single move or change facing action. During the game, orders can be changed by the commanders. They have unique command actions that allowed for spending command points to change 1 order per point spent. If the unit's order token is still face down, it shall be replaced by new one. If the unit's order is already face up, place new order face down next to the old one and leave them both. It will remind the players that the unit was already activated. At the end phase, put all the order tokens face down. In case of units with 2 tokens placed, remove one that is face up.